Well, all right. Good evening, everyone. Hopefully this is all coming through reasonably well. Good lord, the game is really loud in my ear right now. I need to turn that down a little. Good lord. Oh! Happy Thursday, the 5th of December. Welcome. I'm Tommy Thompson. This is AI in Games. We should play the ticker, but we're not going to do that because this is live and that would require an extra level of effort that is somehow a little bit beyond me. It's Doom Run night. Wow. Lion subscribed 23 months over on Twitch. Thank you so much. Almost 2 years. I should really actually stream sufficiently to warrant your continued subscription. Thank you so much. Solid Reactor joining us over on YouTube. Hello. Yeah, so we'll just let this slowly trickle in and warm up. I'm excuse me, I've got a slight tickle in my throat, so if I sound a little weird, then that's what's causing that. Also, Lion just says over on Twitch, quick message just to say another round of congrats for the Kickstarter and for Goal State. Here's hoping I can get in on it next year. Thank you very much. Yeah, I guess while everything's slowly trickling in, let's take a quick look at. I have a dedicated Goal State Kickstarter page. Where is it? Here we go. Let's tune in. We're at 240 backers. And that's just, I forgot, because it's not logged in, it's in dollars and not pounds. So it says $40,600, which sounds, I actually think that sounds way cooler when you explain it in USD versus, excuse me, when you explain it in pounds. Also for us British folk, if you're wondering how much that is currently £31,965. We are £5,035 away from our next stretch, our next funding goal, which is adding about 20 hours of videos on tutorials in implementing AI in the Unreal Engine, in Unreal Engine 5. And then we have 10 backers away from unlocking our first backer goal, which is the source code deep dive on Doom. Now, I didn't just decide to play Doom tonight just because I wanted to plug this. That was absolutely not my intent. Rather, what I was trying to do was, well, I actually just need to play Doom. And some of you will know this, some of you will not. So we'll bring you up to speed a little on this and the way this works. Retro Rabbit says pistol and shotgun only. Like shotgun and minigun. Like pistol, it only has its uses in some specific cases. Alan, pew pew pew, indeed. So I like to play Doom every year. That's what this is actually about. We actually streamed it last year on AI in Games Plus, but I thought, oh, you know what? I haven't really been around of late, and I thought this would be a fun thing to do. But I like to play Doom every year, and the idea behind it is just I love this game, and so I like to go back, I like to replay it from start to finish, and I like to just experience it. It's like my sort of desert island video game. I have a handful of desert island games. Doom is one of them. But unlike a lot of the other ones that are on that list, I happily go back and replay Doom every year. Sometimes I play just Doom. Sometimes I play Doom 1 and 2. Sometimes I maybe play another Doom as well. The problem is that I keep doing it later and later in the year. And so then I'm like, oh my goodness, it's December. You haven't done the Doom run yet. And I was like, well, let's stream it because that seems like a fun thing that we could do. And so yeah, that's really what's going to happen tonight. Let's see. Also critically, I'm holding off from getting too intensely into the streaming because there's an episode being uploaded to YouTube right now and I accidentally got my times mixed up, so we need to wait another 5 minutes for this video to finish uploading so it doesn't massively affect the buffering or the uploading of this particular video. Let's see, Solid Reactor says 443,682 sec sounds even more. It does, like, you know, let's face it, like, as great as, I only need to change this so it stops reloading it every time I'm not in, but you know, big number sounds good. So first of all, like, I guess on that note, you know, it has been funded. We have passed the backer goal which is the initial funding target, which is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all to everybody who has supported Goal State thus far. We have 9 days left to raise as much money as possible. And as I explained in the video that is up on YouTube right now, the more stretch goals that we unlock, we have 2 types of stretch goals. We have the funding goals, and then we also have the backer goals. So the more money we raise unlocks more content in the Goal State courses, but the backer goals, if we literally have 10 more people back it for even as little as £1 or $1, then that will mean that I'm now going to do the feature-length deep dive of Doom source code as like an add-on that is free for everyone, and that will go live on the Goal State YouTube channel when that officially launches. It already exists, so there's 15 of you that are subscribed to the Goal State channel already, despite the fact it has nothing on it, which is great. But yeah, so today it's really all about Doom. So I like to play Doom, and I play Doom from start to finish. Whether we do all of it tonight, I don't know. I think the last time we streamed it, I think I got 2 episodes through, or I was somewhere in the middle of the 3rd episode. Then the second stream that I did Inferno, no, yeah, and Thy Flesh Consumed, I think. Lion says, we're at not 3:30 in my part of the world to stick around. They did some creative stuff back there. Well, naturally, yes, it's totally understandable that you maybe want to go to your bed. So I appreciate you coming on to say hello. And yeah, let's just get cracking. So let's see if this actually... Wait. So, Doom. I'm playing the Doom 2 bundle that came out a little while back, which, interestingly, the audio is not being captured, so let's try and fix that. Yeah, it says it's capturing it, but it doesn't seem like it, if I'm honest with you. Wonder if I click into the game. Yeah, it's definitely not picking up the audio, is it? Fibba, PHBA says, did you play that John Romero thing, Sigil? Yeah, so there it is there. I have not played Sigil. So I've never played this version of Doom. I played, the last time we did this, when we did it last year, I played the version of Doom that preceded this, the re-releases that Bethesda put out a few years ago, and they've really done a number. I think they've done a lot of work on really expanding and improving this over the years. And so it's kind of interesting. I'm now like genuinely befuddled as to why I'm not getting audio coming out. This is very weird. Let me... Yeah, and I'm not going to sing, good lord. There we go. It just, for some reason, even though I was pointing at the correct source. So I was going to say, so Solid Reactor's asking if you always play the original versions of Doom. I have a copy, I have a folder on my computer right now, which is just called Doom, etc. It's been on every computer I've had for about the last 20 years, and it just moves from one device to another. I think right now it's in my OneDrive, and it is just basically a bunch of different versions of GZ Doom mods, things like Brutal Doom over the years. I used to play, was it Absolution, which was the PC port of Doom 64 as well. So anyway, enough talking. We can do all this. We can talk about this stuff while I'm killing things. So I have no idea really what this is going to be like. I'm interested though. So I went in, I've done a tiny little bit of option setup already just to make sure that input was correct and all that sort of stuff. Make sure I've got a good field of view, because you need that. Let me know if the audio mix is a bit off or whatever, then we can adjust. But right, let's just get into it. Where's this level select? Oh, it's fuck you. Gonna get there off my own goddamn hard work. Ooh, speed. I don't like that cursor. That can fucking go. Ooh. Mouse acceleration is too high. I don't like that. And that cursor can do one. Oh, the mouse has got a weird smoothness to it. No, I need to take that off. Also playing it with the IDKFA soundtrack because it's awesome. Yeah, I don't like that smoothing at all. I need to fix that. Also, don't like having spacebar as the... Ah! I forgot. I need to go there first, don't I? Ooh, what was that? Three, two, one. Go away. Oh god, those settings are really messing me up. There we go. Much better. Okay, you. Oh, that's weird. What's happening with that? I know, it was really long. Took my time there. Right, hang on. Let's fix a few issues here. Oh. Why is this chunking? That, oh my goodness, that's amazing. Straight up crashed. I don't think I've ever had Doom crash on me. What was it somebody said? This is a Unity port or something. Good lord. Oh my goodness. What just happened? Already this port has massively gone down in my estimations because it made Doom crash. I didn't actually think that was possible. Right, hang on. No, smoothing and acceleration. What are you doing? No, maybe turn that on, but turn the mouse smoothing off. I think that's maybe the... Yep, always run. Yep. Widescreen. Yep. Oh yeah, what was that other weird thing that's happening? Stupid crosshair. No crosshair. What are you doing? But can it run Doom? No, apparently not. This machine can run a whole bunch of things, but apparently not Doom. Also, it seems to have lost the audio again. Right, hang on. We're going to take a different approach for this now. This is really interesting and bizarre. Yeah, this really doesn't... Let's just try this again. Still no audio. That's weird. Although the mouse doesn't seem to suck as much. Fucking fuckers. Right. Oh. Yeah, that'll do. Right. Quick save. And then we find out why on earth this audio was still just really messed up. Yep. That's so bizarre that we are having so many issues like this. Do, 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 do. Okay, well that's working now. Bizarre. I also don't understand why it freezes up the visual buffer there at the start. Motherfucker. There we go, much better. Oi, what are you doing over there? Come here. How did the imp get out? Never mind. There you are. I'm like, where's the imp? Tunes. There we go. Ooh. Okay, that seems to be running a little bit better now, but oh, it's still chonking. This is such a weird copy of the game. I've never had this issue with it before. What on earth is happening? There we go. I'm gonna say these guys aren't. Wow. No, we're not going that way yet. There we go. Hello. That's enough. I'm not really out to kill everyone, just... Much better. Still a bit graphically weird, huh? What is going on with this thing? Also, did that video finish uploading? It did, thank goodness. That's going to make my live stream work a little bit more smoothly. Woohoo! Scup says, I wonder what John Romero was like in... Is this you trying to prod me because I met John Romero earlier this year? And I can confirm he seems like a pretty cool dude. Right. Hang on, I'm going to go in and play with the settings again and see if we can get this to suck less. Maybe move it over to Direct 3D rather than Vulkan. Okay, that already seems a wee bit better. I don't know, we'll find out. Yes, you were just trying to... Yes, so we were talking about this in the Discord server a little while ago. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hang on. Because I changed something, now it's not appearing in the game capture. Hang on. What the fuck? And it crashed. I love it. This is officially the worst port of Doom I've ever played. It has crashed on me twice in the, what, 20 minutes we've been streaming? This is abysmal. I love it. And it's back, so that's good. What is going on with this thing? Yeah. Oh my goodness, is it going to crash again? There we go. So the load's really nice and fast. Yeah, Bethesda, this is awful, I have to say. No, you don't. Okay. Nope, hello. I knew there was somebody else. Right. Oh, and the audio's gone again. Right, let's fix the bloody audio again. There we go. Doc Who says, when I was subscribed to this channel, AI was something cool, now is something I avoid. You're looking at the wrong AI, my friend. In fact, we have some very cool AI to talk about very soon in upcoming episodes. In fact, if you're over in the Discord server, actually in the Patreon area, you would have seen the thumbnail to one of the first episodes next year. I got finished throwing that together earlier today. That was good fun. We have a lot of first-person shooter stuff to talk about next year, or not even, actually, yeah, quite a lot of first-person shooter stuff to talk about next year, now that I think about it. Actually, we're going to be talking about Doom again soon as well, which is great. I'm looking forward to that. No, you don't. Son of a... Two, one, go. Is it bad that I kind of count it out in my head like I'm still a child? Yeah, let's just go up and do the other bit now. Let them fight among themselves for a minute. So it's interesting how there's occasionally like little chugs as well, that little bits of lag in this. I get the... What the fuck? Oh god. You son of a... Ah. Well, I'm gonna die now, thanks a lot for that. Weird lag, loading lag, and whatever else. Like, what you're seeing there is like load spikes I'm experiencing on my end. Like, what the hell is this? What the fuck? I'm playing fucking Doom, man. This is very disappointing. Yeah, quick save in case I end up lagging off the fucking platform again. Oh. Jesus. I'm beginning to think, is this the AI version? No. God, no. One, it wouldn't run this well, and this thing is still chonky as shit. What the fuck is going on? You know what it is? It's the UI overlays. I think that's what it is. It's some sort of render error that's coming up when they... Oh, it's so bizarre. Sorry, I'm just going to load that in, that way it doesn't kill me. The bad use of the term AI in almost everything has ruined for us. I mean, to be fair, it's kind of generally ruining everything, because for every good bit of interesting AI that is emerging, there is also all the hype, like literally today, about all the stuff that Google announced, which is a modestly interesting visualization experiment, and it's technically quite impressive, but it's like, ah, this will simulate 3D worlds for video game prototyping. Like, okay, bro, sure. I'm going to be talking about that in the newsletter next week, I think. Although I was actually talking about something else entirely, but it will come up in the newsletter for sure. Oh, there's lots of you. Give me your fresh shotgun ammunition. Yes. No, the AI version... Actually, we're going to talk about the AI version of this in the next Doom video that I put out on the channel. Because I wanted to talk about, hey, you know, there's a whole bunch of research that's been happening in Doom for years where people use AI, or use Doom as an AI benchmark. And that thing, that generative model that appeared in recent weeks is like only the last in a very long history of research in AI for using Doom. And it's also been completely overblown as to its capabilities. Is it impressive? Yes. Is it really what it's been sold as? No. So I figured let's talk about that in a future episode. Right, let's fix these. Yeah, Goldie, that's a really good way to look at it, is they keep trying to push interesting toys as actual products. And I think, like, why? Right, so hang on. So I can set the screen size to that, but I still have the HUD. I don't want the HUD that big. Also, let's just like, I don't know. Oh, you can do resolution scaling as well. Interesting. Okay, let's see if that's any better. But yeah, Goldie, like, they keep pushing interesting toys as products. You're right, and I think one of the things to really factor into that as well is that there is lots of interesting stuff out there that is kind of an interesting toy or curio, right? And God, for a long time, particularly stuff that was in games, you might not have heard about it unless I made a video about it, because no one was talking about this stuff. But now AI companies have caught on to the fact that games are a great way to showcase the potential of their technologies. So, forgot there never is anything on this side. You gotta go down. Yeah. Thank you. And so I think it's important that we continue to approach a lot of this stuff with a pinch of salt. And it's like, this is cool, yes. Is it something that's going to allow for games to change or be better or any of that stuff? And quick save this in case I blow up by accident. That was exactly what I was trying not to do, so let's just unfuck that. Much better. You know, don't forget that, like, what, a few years ago we were talking about Alpha Star, right? And one of the things that I keep talking about, I did a lot of work consulting for games companies and the like, who looked at Alpha Star and went, can we do that? And I was like, at the time, no. Now, there's a much higher chance of being able to do something Alpha Star-esque in a game. But even then, you still can't really do what they did, but you can do something kind of similar to it. And because the hype around, and again, Alpha Star is really cool. They built a Grandmaster ranking StarCraft player, but at the same time, it's not really reflective of game production pipelines and principles and everything else. And so it's like, well, how can you... Again, it all comes back to that thing of you've got to approach a lot of this stuff with a pinch of salt, but everybody's trying their damnedest to sound like they're the next big thing in the AI hype cycle right now. And it is, it's a little nauseating, frankly. It's not a swastika, Tommy. Son of a... Ooh, there's that lag again. I thought maybe by turning off a bunch of settings we'd fixed it. Good lord. I continue to be impressed by this is officially the worst port of Doom I've ever played. And I played the SNES one to completion. What am I doing? Tommy. You've only played this game 8,000 times. What do you mean you don't remember where you're going? Right. Come here. Num. Can't keep doing this. I'm going to get myself killed. Son of a fucker. But in the meantime, let's enjoy a little bit of game AI. In fact, I just did an online class teaching last weekend, and one of the things I was asked to talk about, I was brought in to do like a 4-hour session on sort of AI and game development. And of course, there's been lots of different sessions throughout the course, a lot of stuff on generative AI and everything else. And then they said, could you come in and do like non-player character design and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then, hey, here's all the machine learning that we use in this corner of the industry, and it's like next to nothing. At present, I think there are still some interesting innovations happening, but you know, and I actually ended up spending 10 minutes just talking about Doom and how the state machine works in Doom and why it is simple but near perfect in its design. This game is just 10% better now with the IDKFA album behind it, the Andrew Hulshult music rather than the original. Just adds a little bit of ava-boom. Oh my goodness. That's better. I could send you the Ultimate Doom pack on CD if of course you can use a CD. I've got, like, look, I mean, if it was really that big a deal, I'd just load up GZ Doom. But I'm committed to try and play this one because, you know, every year now I'm like, oh, let's try and play a different build of Doom as well because I think that's fun. But yeah, use games as a showcase and platform for AI. Preposterous indeed. Right, yeah, Nasty Butler, it's whatever this is the Doom plus Doom 2 version that they re-released onto, so if you already owned Doom on Steam, you now have Doom plus Doom 2. And I think it's on Game Pass and everything else. So this was like the only actual copy of Doom that I owned, that I had bought, because, well, I bought Doom and Doom 2 many years ago, but all I got left are the WAD files, let's be honest. They modernised it by simulating the UE5 traversal stutter. Yeah, I'm keeping waiting for it to be like compiling shaders or something. What am I doing? Right. Marvelous. Yeah. Die, you son of a bitch. Like me running towards him because I'm like, oh yeah, he's definitely dead by now. You know, that way you're just like, is it still there, or am I imagining where these doors are? Kasplum. Remember, kids, that's the X-die state. That's when that's what happens when you shoot them into a pile of goop. There it is. Oh god, back in the days it was hard to mail id Software their money. Yeah, like, god, the thing was, I remember when Doom came out, and it was like, if you wanted the full game you had to call the number and everything else. It's not like they had a UK number. It was like, just, you know, you pause the game and it's like buy here, and then when you click the buy thing, it was like, here's the phone number. I had a friend who actually tried to do it, and then I think if I remember right, they ordered it. It never turned up. And then his parents were livid when they realised how much it had cost them, because he just cold called the US or something like that. And they're like, what the hell are you doing? Costing us an arm and a leg. Uh-oh. All right. Ah, bugger. There we go. It's all still in there, the muscle memory, it's all in there. You're still like, oh, yep, there's a secret door and a secret door and a secret door. The GOG version, I have not tried the GOG version of Doom. I feel like that's the next step. Oh yeah, blue key. So... Right, Tommy, that was fantastic. Well done. Actually, you know what? The SNES version was pretty rough. I also... was it the Game Boy Advance version of Doom? I also played that too. That was touch and go at times. Ooh. X-Die. Don't worry, for those of you who've been watching the streams of late going, but is he going to go and finish RoboCop? Yes, we'll go and finish RoboCop. We have a bunch of games to finish on the stream backlog. There's RoboCop, there's Evil Dead, Evil West, I keep calling it Evil Dead. And The Evil Within, remember that, where we learned that overriding the frame rate was a bad move, and we couldn't finish certain sequences of the game. So excuse us, lads, coming through. Son of a... Disco, 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 disco. But I know we might try and stream a little bit of RoboCop at the weekend, maybe, or Monday. Wednesday or Thursday next week's going to be the Wrapped stream, so it's going to be the end of year Q&A. We're going to do it here on AI Games, because then after that I am on the road for the rest of the year, and also hopefully going to take a gosh darn vacation. Alright, so far so good. Other than the fact that this is officially the shonkiest version of Doom I've ever played. Part of me's like, do I just go and turn Brutal Doom on? Ah, this soundtrack is just banging. Don't blow up the barrels. Not yet. You got to keep them. Now run. There we go. That's when you use the barrels. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, hello. Right now we're doing a project for AI to play Doom purely from screen output. Are you using the VizDoom API? Which we're going to talk about in an upcoming episode, actually. Yeah, there's been a whole bunch of research. There's like an actual API you can go and download. It's called VizDoom. You go and look it up. It's basically a tool in which you train an AI to learn to play Doom by watching it. It literally just reads the frame buffer and it tries to do image recognition or like visual recognition of the objects in the current frame. And that's been happening for many years. It's a really cool body of work. Shut up. Pardon me, coming through. Oh, I don't have the blue key yet. Of course, because I only have the red key. Idiot. Oop. Still got it. Just come off while they're in there. Actually, what am I doing? Ah, that doesn't open until I open the other thing. Bollocks. Never mind. Hello. How dare you? You are using VidDoom? Yeah! Solid Reactor asks, is it too late to fill in the conference survey? Yes, the conference survey submissions are closed. We actually processed all the submission responses not that long ago, and we'll share all that stuff probably. Actually, we'll share it as part of the end of year report when we write the end of year report for the CIC. But in the meantime, the vlog video of the AI in Games conference is going to go live next week. In fact, it just uploaded while I was starting this stream, and it's just a short 6-minute video just to really showcase to everyone else who didn't get to come along to London earlier this year what you missed out on, and what to expect when all the talk videos go live next year. Alright lads, how we doing? A little bit of Doom. Wee bit of the ripping and the tearing. Ah, thank you. What's up, chuckle fucks? Go on then. I knew there was some of you left. I could hear you. But yeah, I just finished editing that up earlier today, and then I was also working on... There they go. I don't want to go through there now because I accidentally used the outfit. Maybe I'll try it. Quick save. Auto aim, my darling, my beloved. Son of a bitch. Free shotgun, you say? Thank you. Oh, you bastard. There we go. Where was I? What's happening in the chat? A work that will sooner or later find itself into online game cheating. It already has. There already is some examples of bots that are out there that try and do image detection, I believe. I haven't been able to prove it, but I've seen some stuff bouncing around on the web that implies as such. Let's see. The short survey answer is well recommended. Revisit again. Overall, the survey responses were very positive in terms of, I think it was like 80% of participants were like, yep, I am coming back. Oh no, was it 95% of participants said, I would recommend this to other people, and ideally I am coming back. Overall, the response to the quality of the talks and the quality of our speakers, and even the actual organization of the event, like, we couldn't be happier with like, the initial reception that we got from the conference. And so, as we were talking about in the Discord server just a couple of days ago, we're already planning next year. Like, the first planning meetings have already happened. Our first full meeting with just about everybody on the team was on Monday this week. The only person we were missing was Alan and George. Missing George because George is going to step away and not be as heavily involved next year, which is fine because he has a book to write, so he better be writing that damn book. No, I think it was just Alan missed out because he got his wires mixed up, which is fine. It's also peak end of the semester for Alan, so I appreciate if he's feeling a little bit overwhelmed in the current state of things. Handsome Jack says, have you heard what the Doom guy grunts sound like when they're not slowed down and it's just cats? I didn't know that. I wonder if it's actually cats. I just realised I have not made any effort to do any of the secret levels. It's fine. There are no rules on my Doom playthrough. All it has to be, the only rule, actually, just for, in the interests of clarity, the only rule of my Doom run is I need to complete the game. And complete means the original 3 episodes. I don't have to complete Thy Flesh Consumed. There it goes again. And also, I don't have to dictate difficulty, but personally, I like to try and play all 3 chapters on ultraviolence, which is what we're playing it on right now. Let them all fight it out with each other for a bit. Son of a... Have I seen the AI and advent calendars? No, that sounds horrible. Do tell. That actually sounds like a nightmare of some sort. Oh good, I took all those guys out. Oh yeah, they're above me, aren't they? That's it. Down you come. Don't forget, if you are actually wondering how does the AI work in this game, it's episode 66 of the show. It was admittedly a lot longer than it should have been to get round to doing an episode on Doom, but sometimes what I end up doing and the order in which I do them is a little scattershot. I will readily concede. Oh, how do you trigger that? There's a door there. There we go. Actually, Handsome Jack was saying that our other brother has been playing Doom. I believe he said, is he been playing it on the Xbox version of this? Which I'm going to assume runs better than the PC version, which is the most ridiculous sentence anyone has ever said about Doom. Oh, God. I'd actually forgotten about you. Have I played... I have not played the RTX ray traces of Doom. I played the Quake one a while ago, and then I think I had the Portal one installed on my computer for about a year and never touched it. I have to admit, like, a lot of that stuff doesn't really appeal to me all that much. So I've never... That's why I played the Quake one and went, alright, well, that's modestly interesting. And then remembered, oh yeah, I don't like Quake 2, I don't think it's a good game, and then never went back. I actually don't like... I think the first Quake game I actually liked is Quake 3 Arena. I find a lot of the Quake stuff a bit meh, frankly. Oh, hello. A splash! Oh, yeah. Right. I was going to say, I heard the door open, I just couldn't see it. Oh, hello, shotgun shells. Yummy. Oh, son of a bitch. There we go. That's what I've been looking for. Open the fucking door. And then force a bit of infighting over there. Monster infighting is still one of my favourite things in this game. And I'm really annoyed that Doom Eternal specifically kind of took it out. There was a little bit of it in 2016. There's like a faction system that dictates how they all treat each other and like whether or not one demon will attack another demon. It's like a hierarchy. There's a similar thing in this game, but they reproduced it in Doom 2016, and then in Doom Eternal they just didn't bother, and I'm like, well, what? This is Doom. Where's my infighting? That's Bloom. All right. Shucka, chucka, chucka.
What's happening in the chat?
Retro Rabbits, I'm assuming this is for the AI advent calendar thing. They're awful nightmare fuel, claw-handed children, just an abomination of AI art from Aldi and others. Oh right, so like these are like things you can buy in Aldi? Oh my god, I need to go and check this out. Let's see. Michael has also been subbed for a long time. I love your deep diving content into game design that most people don't notice. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. I also apologize to everyone. We've not done that many videos this year on account of, well, the conference took up a huge amount of my energy and my availability, and we'll talk a lot about this in the Wrapped live stream in about a week's time. We're going to talk, well, no, in about 2 weeks' time, we're going to talk a lot about what precluded me from being able to make as many videos as I wanted. Like, actually, if you read the sponsor newsletter up on AIandGames.com that came out this week, and you're a paying supporter, then you get to see this. You will see how many episodes are in the backlog. I have... there's 7 episodes of AI in games in some stage of development right now, and I've been trying to get them done for months, and I've just not had the time or energy really to do it. I'm exhausted, which is a kind of general point, but we've got so much good stuff coming up. I'm really excited to share some of it with you very, very soon. The original Quake and Quake 2 used to play them on OpenGL on my Voodoo 2 video cards. Oh god, yes, we are actually about the same age, I think. Michael, actually I'm slightly older than you by the look of it, because you said you were playing Doom when you were 6. I mean, I'm curious now, Retro Rabbit, to buy one as like a curio. Handsome Jack, you might be getting an early Christmas present. No, I told myself I wasn't going to buy you any shitty gifts this year. After you were really upset by your Peter Crouch books that I got you. I don't like this HUD. It's too big. I like just being able to see everything in a little bit more. Let's go. Right, come on. Shit, I keep forgetting. There's a lot of them. All right, episode 1 complete. All right, let's stop delaying the inevitable. Time to die. Yeah, Doom came out when I was 9. So there you go. Episode 1 finished. It took us about 45 minutes. That wasn't bad. You know, accounting for all the crashes. Yep. Banging tune to start. Give me a gun. Give me a better gun. Look at that, how they were all making a beeline for me. Oh, thank you. There we go. All right. Nope. Ah, lovely. Ah, bollocks. Ah, hang on. Evil cross. That's better. That was more damage than I would have liked, but it's fine. Why won't you die? That's better. Ooh, idiot. I get really annoyed with myself when I let myself get hit like that. I'm like, no, you know better than that. Nice runs. It's been an okay run so far. I'm a little rusty, I have to admit. Oh, this is the map I hate, because this is the map I always get lost in. Retro, I think I was about 19 or 20 when Doom came out. I've been programming on the VIC-20 C64 and Amiga before id was even a company. Come on, the Codemasters. It's funny because actually a friend of mine has been complaining that he's now too old to play Call of Duty because the kids just outdo him all the time, and I just couldn't help but find that kind of hilarious. Which is funny because I've been playing Black Ops 6 and I'm surprisingly good at it. I thought there's occasionally a Call of Duty comes along where I'm just like, I just can't play this anymore. It's too fast for me, or it's a bit too cheese. But I've found surprisingly Black Ops 6 has been, one, actually reasonably fun to play, and two, I'm able to hold my own in multiplayer. Although I think critically one of the big things that's happened in Call of Duty is they added a stipulation that now means that most of the time when you would have previously got an assist, you now get a kill. So my KD ratio looks fantastic because I get a lot of assists. Oh, shit, you bastard. Right. What's up? Nope. Out of shotgun ammo. Is Black Ops 6 skill-based matchmaking, guys, or just regular match? I think it's skill. I don't know. I actually couldn't tell you. I'm going to assume it's skill-based because I'm not getting owned too often in lobbies. Every now and then I get match-made into a lobby and I get my ass handed to me. Uh-oh. This is bad. Bad. Need more guns. Ah, shotgun ammo. Perfect. Now, wait, how many shotgun rounds are you taking? That's disproportionate. Ah, yay, a little bit of infighting just to break things up a little. Let them two over there hash it out for a bit. Oh, bloody hell. This isn't good. Nope, none of that left either. Oh, I got a single rocket. What am I going to do? Throw it at you? Alright, don't spunk all that at once. Keep it for a rainy day. Oh, hello. Rainy day has arrived. Ah, chainsaw, there we go. Lovely. Get some. Thought there was a secret door here. I don't like when my brain fails me. Also, am I getting my maps mixed up? I am. That's what it is. Right, I still have, like, no keys. Oh, there we go. I finally have the blue key. And that's good, because this is the blue key door. So, it was the other blue key door, which gives me the red key. Oh, where the this is the map that I always hate, because I always get lost in it. Do you remember this last year? Last year we did the Doom stream. I got lost in this map. This is the one map that I always get lost in. Come on. Yeah, that's everything from in here. Tommy's still hipping down with the kids. Tommy hasn't been hipping down with the kids ever. I think the coolest I've ever been is about right now, which is not saying a lot. Although that said, like, I meet a lot of, I meet people who then think, oh, well, he's modestly cool because he's a content creator on YouTube. So it scores me some brownie points with the youth. I didn't get everything in this map, but it doesn't matter. Just as long as we get out. Oh, this is the one. Crank the music up. Where am I going? In here. Punch everything. I don't care if I die. Just want to punch everything in the face. Take it back. No. Bit wasteful, but worth it. Lads. Let's go. Mario with a shotgun. Damn it. There we go. Away with thee. Blue key. There we go. I love this track because it's actually my rotation in the gym a lot. Just for this, I just love this gallop bit. Could stomp to it. Son of a bitch. There goes that lag again. Oofed. Any health I can scoop up? Because I've been very reckless here and got myself very hurt. There we go. No sequel for you. Right, I'm trying to remember. There's a side bit through there. Can I reach it? This was not worth it. The health gained will be offset by the weight loss. The health lost. Oh no, actually, it's kind of worked out slightly. Alright, have I listened to the recent Half-Life 2 commentary on the anniversary update? I have not. Both that and the documentary that NoClip did is on my backlog. I need to go and... Am I right in saying the recent Half-Life 2 thing that came out, the big feature-length documentary, that was NoClip that did that? I'm a little out of the loop of late, but those are both on my backlog of stuff to check out when I have time. Jeez, oh, am I that low on... Oh no, I've got shotgun rounds. Remember, this map turns up in my episode on the AI of Doom because I use this as like one of the best examples of sound propagation. Because the way that it works is when I fire the gun here, the audio event propagates through all the adjacent tiles in the map until it finds a surface that blocks it. But this is one of the longest stretches of map in the entirety of the original Doom that does not have any blockers on the audio. And so as a result, you end up with situations like this, where I've got enemies from this other side of the map all coming over to fight me because they heard it from like half a kilometer away. Oh, the new ones from Valve themselves. Okay, I was under the impression that much like the other Half-Life one that NoClip did a while ago, that they were also involved in it. I haven't actually spoken to Danny O'Dwyer in forever. I should drop him a message. Fool overtook. Oh yeah, shit. Oh god, they're still coming to get me. Right, let's try now. Sorry lads, I actually really want to get into that door. Damn it. Oh no, because it's around the side, that's what triggers it. It's not that area. It's going around the side that triggers it. Alright. Hang on. Nah, do this the old-fashioned way. No, I don't have the blue key yet. What are you talking about? You can't do that yet. That's also the thing I don't like about Doom Eternal. I've talked about this before, but like, they got rid of the pain stun weapon balance dynamic. So like in the stun window of a Caco Demon against the minigun is deliberately designed so that the minigun is the weapon you use to take it out. I missed that. There we go. I knew there was one of you. Is there not two of you in this map? Gotta say, one of the best things about Doom 2 was the invention of Hell Knights, so I don't have to spend as much time shooting you Solid reactor. That is a leading question. I see that in the chat right there. Question being, it being December and near the end of the year, which games have been your favourites or surprises this year? So you can read about mine over at aiandgames.com. I've already released every week in the newsletter. I'm doing a couple of entries in my game of the year list for 2024, and you've got 2 more next week, and then the week after that is the final newsletter of the year, in which I will reveal my top 5. But I'm trying to remember what order I put them all in. What was? Oh yeah, number 10 this year was Still Wakes the Deep. Number 9 was Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess by Capcom. And number 8 was... What was number 8? Batman Arkham Shadow, which I am still playing right now on the Quest, and I am having an absolute blast. I've already opened that, so I don't need to do it again. I need to finish Kunitsugami as well, but Kunitsugami has been a lot of fun thus far. There we go, I knew there was another one. Which, if you've not heard of this, it was one of Capcom's other games that released this year. And it's a very quirky little, it's not little, title in which it is part tower defense, part hack and slash. And as somebody who has increasingly got into like Hyrule Warriors and Musou style games of late, it really scratched an itch for me. Surprisingly really enjoyed it. It's the AI, there's a lot of AI in it. It's all very dumb or simple. It's not overtly complicated, but I kind of like when games give me the opportunity to play with AI as a mechanic, even if the AI is not overtly complicated. So like, you know, we did the video a couple of months ago on Little Learning Machines, and I thought Little Learning Machines was really cool because that's what that game does. As it goes here, you need to train these AIs to solve a particular problem. I do not have any rockets yet. Oh, this is bad. I only just noticed my ammo. Shit. Alright, I think we might be chainsawing. Dave, thank you. With regards to the console, we have the vlog summary of the event coming out on the channel next week, and then as we'll announce in the video, but the actual talks are going to go live on the channel early next year. I've just started editing them all up, all 20 of them roughly. Right, here we go. This is going to be bad because I do not have the ammunition for this. Strafe. Shit! Nope. Well, this is bad. No. I don't want to take the risk. Thank goodness. Oh, there's that lag again. My goodness, this is undoubtedly the worst version of Doom I've ever played. Oh. Right. Now I need to go through here. Okay, well, I'm not dead yet, so that's something. progress. We're literally at that point where I'm quick saving now every... Yeah, bollocks. 2 seconds so that I can minimize damage being done. Oh, there we go. 35 rounds. That's pretty good. Ooh, health. Now, how do I get out of here? Okay, we'll take it. That's pretty good. Oh, I forget where I'm going now. Bum 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 bum. Oh, I need to try that other teleporter, don't I? This is gonna be bad. Where did they all go? Ah, there they are. Never mind. Running away. Is it just the one of you? There was 2. Because the other one just went up the stairs, and that's why I can't find him. Oh, die already. Thank you. He's up here. Right. Remind myself how this map works. Nope. Yep, we've done all this bit. Nothing worse than when you have these little brain farts and you don't remember how a bit of the level goes. Computer not strong enough. I would be a little bit worried if this machine could not play Doom, I think. Although, to be fair, I am going to give this thing a good once over, put it in for a service, as it were, once the dust settles on work and everything else, because the recent Windows update has borked this machine in a way that I am not happy about, so we're definitely going to go away and try and fix that somewhat. Right. There's a... Have I missed this? There's a switch somewhere that triggers that platform there. That's how you get the exit, and I don't remember how you do it. Bum 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 bum. Alright. Need to head back that way. Am I playing in-game audio or my... It is the new OST that comes with the game, so if you go into the options, you can have the modern remix done by... Oh, I'm forgetting the gentleman's name. Or you can listen to the original version of it, which is the original synth stuff, but I prefer the... Andrew Halshult, I believe his name is the guy that did the modern version. Right, let's try this again. Is it through here? No, I've done all this bit, haven't I? Yeah, we did this bit already. Oh, this is gonna bug me now until I remember it. There isn't a switch in this room. There we go. Yes. Now you're dead. You will leave me alone. My failure has stopped. Yeah, to the left of the exit door. I've seen that one, but I went in it and I didn't. Alright. Quick save. Ah, there it is. Thank you. Ooh. Thank you, Handsome Jack. Oh. Andrew Hallshot, that's right, the IDKFA album. This is the music that we used when I did the actual AI in Games episode on Doom a year or so ago. I have not seen, I've heard about the Doom house map that gets weirder, but I never actually got around to playing it. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, Goldie, I am wondering, are these like weird garbage collection spikes myself? Like it'd be a very bizarre thing if it is, but... Ah. Okay, should have checked. So yes, I realised now that because Dave said he actually played one. Was it Dave that said it? Yeah, I got to play 1v1 Doom against John Romero at GDC about 10 years ago. I realised I never actually finished telling my John Romero story. So I was. If you've been following the newsletter, you'll know I've been out talking a lot. I've been invited to a lot of game developer events, speaking this year. It's been really cool. It's been really great. I'm not done, actually. I fly out to the Czech Republic next week to talk at GDS Prague. That's going to be my last speaking engagement of the year. I'm looking forward to it. But I gave a talk at Nexus back in September, and Nexus is sort of like, you know, if you think of GDC as like the all-encompassing game developers conference, takes place in the US, and then in the UK we have Develop. Nexus is that equivalent, but for the Irish games industry. Excuse me. Well, of course, the Irish games industry isn't that big, so it's a one-day event. It's not. There's only a handful of talks, and you know they're trying to build it up as well. I think this was the first year that Nexus has really kind of had a bit of a glow up. And I was asked if I would participate, and I was happy to do so. I'd been recommended to speak at the event by a friend of mine who is based in London. Shout out to Elaine Dowman, who based in London but born and bred Irish. Grew up just outside Dublin. So they invited me over, and I'm there to give this talk in the middle of Dublin, and Now, I have this thing, a lot of the talks I've gave over the past year have really been about trying to help people better understand, like, where does generative AI sit within the space of AI within the context of games when you look at it historically versus innovations in machine learning and deep learning that have either existed largely only in academic spaces or have then permeated and broke through into the industry as well. So a lot of what I'm doing is trying to just educate and inform people as best I can on, you know, when people talk about AI, what are we actually talking about? What type of AI are they talking about? And the public sentiment around generative AI, which is very strong, it's trying to get them to understand what you're angry at So you're not actually angry at the technology, you're angry at the people that are using the technology and the ways in which they are using the technology, and the implications of that, you know, trying to help them understand or like give context to their frustration. And so there's a bit in every talk that I give where I say how we've been using AI in games since almost the inception of the field, but also like academic research in AI for games has been around for generations. Like we've always been obsessed with the idea of getting AI to learn to play games since even before AI was a practical idea, before it even worked. You know, that was the idea that, you know, people were talking about, hey, can we get bots that learn to play chess and stuff like that? So these ideas have been rolling around for a long time, and then critically trying to explain what game AI is and going like realize that game AI is actually more about interesting experiences where you create agents that make interesting decisions that aren't necessarily optimal, because optimal isn't guaranteed to be fun. And then I kind of talk about how, you know, game AI really manifested in the 1990s as games like 90s and early 2000s. You have games like Quake, you have Doom, you have Half-Life, you have Fear. Jeez, it move! All these games have had a big impact on AI becoming an aspect of game development long before, you know, the permeations of machine learning and deep learning, long before generative AI. So just, hey. And also, I argue quite heavily with the whole thing of, well, that isn't AI. It's like, yes, it bloody is. Just because the new stuff seems seemingly less artificial and more intelligent, depending on your point of view, does not therefore mean that this stuff is not AI. I really hate that kind of mentality. An LLM has every, you know, Minimax and A-star search has just as much right to be considered AI as an LLM as far as I'm concerned. So, what's this got to do with John Romero? Oh, fuck it. Clip that. So, like I said, there's always a bit in my talk where I highlight game AI, and I've been using the same slide by and large throughout the year, because I've done a lot of talks this year, and so some of those slides tend to get repurposed or reused because, you know, explaining the taxonomy of AI for game development is a common one. If you remember the AI 101 episode I did earlier this year where I showed you my breakdown of how AI is used in the games industry, that diagram is used in every talk I give, and it is also the one slide that gets the most photographs. Like, and I then have a QR code that goes, I made an entire YouTube video about that diagram, and there's an article on the AI Games website. So, but anyway, so I repurposed them, and I noticed John Romero was in the audience, and I'm like, oh god, I have a slide with Doom in it. And John Romero's in the room. And I thought I could just be cool, not make any mention of it, just keep on trucking. And my brain's like, nah, you can't do that. So, I then use the slide and I break it down. And funnily enough, there are different versions of that slide. Sometimes I use, like there's like 5 games that I tend to say, if you really want to talk about the origins of AI for non-player characters in games, 6 games. You look at Doom, Quake 3, Half-Life, Fear, Halo 2, and The Sims. Those are to me like the 6 games. If you really want to talk about the evolution of AI for non-player characters, those are the ones you look at. And it's always interesting to me that all of them except Sims are first-person shooters, because that was the hotness in the 90s. So I have different versions of it. And so that was actually a joke only to myself, because I said like, originally in this slide, you know, I said it was, because actually I think in the slide it was Doom, Quake, and, oh no, Doom, Half-Life, and Fear. And I kind of explain the slide, and I go, look, these are all contemporary examples that showcase the applications of AI for non-player characters in games, and blah, blah, blah. And then I just paused and just said, I had to quickly change this slide last second because I just noticed John Romero's in the audience, you know, perfect example. It had just waffle on about Doom in front of its creator. I said something much funnier than that, but it was essentially words to that effect. And, you know, how do you not talk about Doom when John Romero's in the room? I think was maybe closer to what I actually said. It got a giggle, including a giggle from John himself. And I'm like, he's probably heard this a million times. You know, he's in a room, somebody makes a Doom joke or whatever else. But I was like, you know what, that's I've had a whole bunch of like cool moments career-wise this year, but certainly giving a talk where John Romero's sitting in the audience was up there. And then later on, John was having to leave early. He was heading back to the studio. Oh my goodness. Also, because critically, Romero Games are based in Galway, which is on the other side of Ireland. So he turned up in the morning. I think he had a bunch of meetings, and then he turned up for a bit at the conference, and then he was heading back. Or I think he was there the night before or something. But anyway. So he was slowly making his way out at lunch, and he passed by me, and I just stopped him, and I said, "Hey," I says, I says, in hindsight, I says, I need to apologise for calling you out, I guess, in the middle of the talk. I says, couldn't resist the urge. And he said, no, not at all. He says, you know, occupational hazard. He says, you know, Doom follows me wherever I go, sort of thing. Now, so he was cool about it. And then we ended up just chatting for a minute. And it reminds me that I need to go and dig this out, because one of the things he said to me was like, he says, I really enjoyed your talk, because it sounded it was very similar to a talk he gave, I think maybe at DevCon, which is the developer conference at Gamescom, this year. And so we had a really nice conversation for a good 5-10 minutes. And I think I was one of the last people he spoke to before he left. But yeah, we had a nice chat, and exchanged info and whatever else, and I was like, yeah, I definitely need to check out that talk sometime. And so then he left, and somebody was like, oh, you should have got a photo. And I'm like, no, I'm not that kind of, like, we're still professionals in a professional environment. Maybe if you're in the bar later you ask, but I'm like, no, it's not me, I don't do that sort of thing. But yeah, so I had a really nice conversation with John Romero. Actually, come to think of it, this year I met John Romero, but actually the bigger one for me personally was I met Jeff Orkin, which is so funny because Jeff's one of these people that everybody I know in the kind of who work in game AI knows Jeff Orkin, but I'd never met him. And we had this kind of weird relationship for many years where he knew who I was because I was the AI and games guy. I knew who he was because he was Jeff Orkin. And then we finally got to have we did all the videos. We did the Fear retrospective, and then we did the restaurant game episode that just came out recently. And they were great fun. I loved working on those with him. But we got a chance to properly hang out. First of all, actually, we got a chance to properly hang out at GDC, which was lovely. I also got to meet Sarah Rudsky, who's his co-founder at BitPart, who also, if you've watched the episode of the restaurant game, you know Sarah actually has a big impact on a lot of the stuff that he's doing. I forget, do I need to collect this to trigger the door to open? There we go. There we go, that's it. But yeah, definitely hanging out with Jeff and recording the episodes for the Fear retrospective was really special, actually, because Jeff's work I've always looked up to for a long time, and it was nice to have just a really relaxed conversation, and clearly he was enjoying having the chat with me as well. So like, I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. And again, you know, to reiterate an earlier point, he is the nicest guy as well. Very down to earth, very chill. We actually have I just realized we have one more stack of interviews to do before the end of the year. So I'm doing an interview with 2 members of staff at Creative Assembly tomorrow. I can't tell you what about. Well, I can tell you what it's about. It's for the Fear retrospective, but I don't know if I can declare yet who I'm talking to. So, as you know, I've been working on this Fear this Alien Isolation 10 years later retrospective thing. And so to give a little bit of context on that, I originally was thinking about doing it last year and then maybe was going to change my mind. I kind of flirted with the idea last year and I wasn't sure whether it was worth exploring anyhow. And at the time, when I was thinking about it, oh, that's the one with the fake floor, isn't it? I ended up reaching out to Creative Assembly about this time last year saying, hey, would there be any interest given the 10-year anniversaries this year and everything else? Originally they said no, and I think also critically at that time, no, I don't bear them any ill will or anything else like that. Like, I know the comms people at Creative Assembly quite well, and I've actually got to know them even more of late because they sponsored the AI Games conference, and so, you know, we had a lot of conversations about brand alignment and all this, and like their requirements for the management of their brand, because I was using Creative Assembly's logos all over our print materials for the event. So I've got to know them a bit better, but I've always had a good working relationship with them. And also critically, when we started having this conversation, this was around the time when the Hyenas thing had gone down, and sadly, like, that entire dev team more or less was let go, which I know from chatting with them, that hurt a lot. You know, CA as a whole were really struggling. Oh, jeez. Off the back of that. So they're like, oh, we're not going to do any, we're not agreeing to do any press or anything at the moment. It's a bad time, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's fine. So we kind of sat on it and we never came back to the idea. So fast forwards to later in the year, and so like I say, I initially had this conversation with Creative Assembly about a year ago, and then nothing came of it, and that's fine. These things happen. You know, I've talked about this before, but I routinely get in touch with the studios and try and get them to maybe work with me on doing videos, and I get rejected far more often than I get any semblance of interest or acceptance, right? It is what it is. So we sat on that for forever, or I actually wasn't even sure I was going to do it. It's like, maybe I don't do it. And then actually one of the things that changed my mind was we did the Fear retrospective, and then I went to GDC like 2 weeks after the Fear retrospective came out, and I ended up I had a bunch of people telling me, oh man, I really enjoyed that Fear video where you interviewed Jeff. And then of course Jeff and I were talking about it a whole bunch because we were in the same place together, and I'm like, hey, wasn't that really cool? We had a great time working on this, blah 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 blah. And I bump into Tobias Cleanthus, who will appear in the Alien Isolation retrospective. He is... That's twice I've let him do that. Tobias was the animation programmer on Alien, and I've just let myself get hurt again. And I bumped into him just randomly. So he's no longer at Creative Assembly. Tobias is over at Build a Rocket Boy. And we just get chatting. And I haven't seen Tobias in person in many years. So we were just having a right good chat in the middle of the expo floor. And then this idea of maybe, oh, would you think about doing something for Alien? And I'm like, I did at one point. I don't know if I'm going to do it. And then I heard stories that like the actual dev team had a get-together, a reunion. A whole bunch of them actually met and developed this year. And it was all hush-hush. It was weeks, blocks away from the main event. They didn't want to get caught up in all that jazz. So, but at that same time, I was like, oh, maybe we do pick this idea up again. In amongst this, the AI and Games conference is coming together. Myself and a bunch of others are like, let's make this a reality. Let's put this together. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, screw you. Sorry. One second. So anyway, Michael said, no, have a nice evening. So yeah, like, maybe we come back and do this retrospective thing after all. And then, of course, we're working on the conference, and one of the companies, so I spent a lot of the summer visiting games companies and having meetings with games companies to try and get them on board with sponsoring the AI and Games conference. And one of the companies I ended up speaking to, courtesy of the fact that we have Dugu Chakmak on our advisory board for the conference, was Creative Assembly. Dugu works at CA. Again, I have a good working relationship with that studio. So they're like, you know what? Actually, we might want to be a part of this after all. Now, critically, I did not know that they were going to announce the sequel. I had heard rumors for a very long time, but I'd never heard anything corroborated to suggest that they were going to do it. So clearly now I understand why they're happy to, because they're like, oh, we're going to make this public. Actually, maybe we should get him in to talk to him and get him as part of this and all that sort of stuff. So fair enough. So yeah, it's been a very long journey to getting to where we are now, that the studio is now involved in it, because we've interviewed 5 people, I think, so far for the retrospective. And I was always running on the assumption that we would never have an official word from the studio itself about the game, but that has now changed. We will now have the studio actually in the video, and we have a couple of people from the studio coming in to talk about it. Now, critically, I'm going to preempt this because I know this is going to come up. We're not talking about the sequel because they don't want, there's nothing to share at this time. Also, yeah, it's also worth pointing out, I can't talk to you about the sequel. I am under NDA with Creative Assembly on the Alien Isolation sequel. This actually came about by virtue of working on the retrospective, just because through working on the retrospective, I ended up learning stuff about the sequel that arguably I shouldn't have. That lag actually got me hit there. So I actually reached out to CA and said, yeah, I've had a situation where I now know more about this upcoming game than I should, and I actually would like to make sure that we actually have this all above board under a non-disclosure, such that essentially, because one, I don't want to spoil the game. As much as I know that my audience really loves to hear more about Alien Isolation, I am not going to spoil the work that they've been doing on that game in pursuit of my own YouTube clicks, right? Which, again, like I say, I have a good working relationship with that studio. It would be naive at worst, at best, and frankly disingenuous and cowardly at worst if I was to then take information that I learned about that game and just put it out online. That is not me, that is not what I do. And also, being a game developer myself, I know how much that sucks when something you've been working your ass on ends up being revealed prematurely. Shit, I can't see them. Ow. So we might have a brief mention of the sequel in the retrospective, but critically it is not going to be about we are not really going to be talking about the Alien Isolation sequel in the video. Just get that out of the way. Make sure that's all above board and everyone knows, and you're not then disappointed when we don't give some tidbit about the new game in the video. There we go. Whew. So yes, that was a long way of saying I have two folk from Creative Assembly being interviewed for AI in Games tomorrow afternoon, and I'm looking forward to it. It should be good fun. God. Anyway. Michael, thanks for the chat, and thanks for the content. Take it easy, have a nice week. My 7-week-old daughter, oh, congratulations, ensures I don't get enough sleep, so I'm going to grab it now while I can. Oh, God, you know what? I'm not even going to bother. Just going to leave them. I've got everything I need. I can leave now. If I can find the feckin' way out. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I knew this was just going to trigger more. There we go. Let's get out of here. The spawning vats. What's happening in the chat? Sorry, I'm gonna have to go back through a bit of the chat because I've been talking to you and playing and not really seeing the chat. Yeah, that is an AI is the bane of my. I can actually, particularly Dave, I can appreciate with a lot of your research over the years as well. That must be very frustrating right now at this current. Everyone who talks about gaming, I should be forced to do it to this music. I feel like I really need to do a talk now to this soundtrack. Let's see. Romero did used to give out solid metal business cards to some lucky fans. Steve Rabin has one of them. I'll tell you about that actually during this level. Steve Rabin's, surely I've talked about this on stream. Steve Rabin's amazing business card collection. Anyway. Reputation and image and character is very hard to build up. It is very hard to build up and it is very easy to ruin. You know? So hence my let's not be a dick about this. So yeah, I know a whole bunch of stuff about the Alien Isolation sequel, and also critically you will notice that I am phrasing it as the Alien Isolation sequel. Yeah, Jack, isn't it weird that the way you look up to guys like Orkin, there are people who may well now look at your work in an equal light? So, I mean, yes, that happens, right? Oh, thank you to William Crebigator for following. Like, you know, I appreciate that, like, you know, even from my academic career, right? Like, I hang out, like, a lot of the names in the academic space when it comes to AI for games, that now you have all these students that kind of really look up to them, and it's like, yeah, I remember them. They're all a bunch of bumbling idiots, and I used to go out drinking with them. Or I didn't, and I've known them for a long time, and I have a lot of respect for them, and, you know, I get on quite well with them. And that's what time and distance does, right? So... Save myself some bullets. Let's see what runs out first, my invulnerability or his life. Yeah! Who's your daddy and what does he do? Oh god, that is quite blinding. Shit. Right, not yet. And so yeah, like I appreciate that. I mean, I have met people who get excited at meeting me, which I find weird, but also humbling. You know, I had a conversation about this to this effect. Actually, Dave will be able to relate to this one a little bit. So when I was at the AI Summit this year, I bumped into Gillian Smith, who I haven't seen in person in a very long time. Gillian Smith is a professor at Worcester Polytechnic University, I think nowadays. But I've got, you know, she's an old friend of mine, academic colleague. We wrote papers together. We did research together years ago. I got a lot of time for Gillian. And she was like, she came over and she says, I was walking past the AI Summit and we have these slides that run in between the talks where we advertise a lot of things for the community. So we advertise, like, the Game AI Pro books, the Game AI Uncovered books, the fact that Paul Roberts from Game AI Uncovered has a Discord server for AI professionals in games, the AI in Games Summer School. Like, we recognize it's important to share all these things for the community. And then, of course, there's a big advert for AI in Games saying, new videos every month, subscribe to the newsletter, blah, 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 blah. And so Gillian walks past and she's like, I just saw your logo and said, I need to come in and say hi. So I'm really excited. I haven't seen her in a long time. We have a big hug. It's like, oh my goodness, how are you? And she goes, right, we need to take a quick photo. And I'm like, yeah, of course, thinking we haven't seen each other in forever. Let's get a selfie. And so she takes the selfie and then she posts it somewhere immediately. And she goes, oh, this is going to come in handy. And I said, why? She goes, well, none of my students believe that I know you. She goes, like, all my students watch your YouTube. And she goes, the crazy thing is now a lot of the students don't need prompting to come and watch your YouTube channel. They've already seen it before they come to our class where she teaches AI for games. And so, it comes up in conversation, oh, right, have you, sometimes it's a study aid, you should watch that channel. But then it was like, no, they know what it is. And critically, they're like, oh no, we know who he is. But then, oh, I know him. Like, no, you don't. So we take the photo. And I thought, oh, that's just dumb. Like, I find it really bizarre to, like, I don't, like I say, it's all about distance, right? So it's kind of, a person becomes mythologized in some way. And frankly, I don't really think that the work I do deserves to be mythologized in any real meaningful way. But she goes, the thing you need to realize, and I realized I did not quite put this together until she said it. She goes, when we were coming up through the industry, it was the Steve Rabins, the Jeff Orkins, the Michael Mateuses, they were the people that we mythologized and we looked up to. And she goes, to a whole generation of kids now, it's your hand they want to shake if they get to come to GDC, because you're the face of like a lot of this to a lot of people. And I was like, well, that's kind of crazy. But then I realized how often I'd been shaking hands with people at GDC that week. Like, just a lot of people just stopping by and just going, oh, I just wanted to say hello and meet you. And it's really nice. It's great to, particularly when you work on stuff like this on YouTube for a long time, where you're like, is anybody watching this? Does anyone give a shit? Is this really going anywhere? And, sometimes you can hit a kind of low point, I think, with your mental health when you do this stuff. So it's nice to have that reaction. But then equally, it was like, oh, right. I'd never really thought about it like that. And so I found that kind of bizarre. And also quite nice. It was quite a edifying and humbling moment to kind of put that together. And so, without banging the drum too much, like, one of the things that we were mindful of when we did the conference was our Sally and George in that, when we were putting together the logistics of the day, and I was like, right, what's my job, like, of the day? What do I need to be doing? And George was like, your job is to be you. So when we need you to help with some issue that needs fixed, we'll call. When you need to come and do something, we will find you and we'll make you do it. But your job is to go and mingle, because you're the face of AI in games, and so it's important that you're out there engaging with the community as part of this endeavor, which is such a weird thing to think about, but also like, yeah, okay, I kind of get. And critically, we had some folk from the press there. We had a delegation from the House of Commons, which, if you're not familiar, that is the houses of, that's basically our government, or the main house of government within the UK, because right now one of the big committees within the UK government is doing an analysis and study of the impact of AI in the creative industries. And I think George is quite connected, and he says, you realise like the biggest event of its kind in Europe is literally happening up the road from you. And they went, oh, okay. So I ended up having lunch with the folks from DCMS. Actually, where is it? I wouldn't dox them because that'd be inappropriate. But I'm trying to find so many business cards on my desk I need to tidy up. This is such a mess. Where did I put it? There it is. Not every day you get a business card with the House of Commons committees on it. So yeah, to come back to Jack's point, I understand that people look up, and it comes back to that notion of it's a responsibility, but also I still find it utterly ridiculous. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, support Goal State. Support Goal State. We're 9 days out. And we need more funding to add more content. And I need to remember where in the fuck I was going. Right, there is an area that I have forgotten to return to, and I need to go back to it at some point. Oh, this is it, isn't it? Yeah, this is the bit that... I still need the red key, though, for that. Behind-the-scenes interviews with Brother Jack. To be fair, that would mostly just be conversations about how many zombie sharks constitute an army. Believe it or not, this is actually an ongoing debate in our household, in our family. You only need a couple for it to be an army. That is my hill that I am willing to die on. I think we continue to disagree on this particular fact. More than 3. No, don't side with him. Lots of doors opening and closing and opening and closing, and I need a yellow key, but the yellow key is back there. Ow. Oh, I need the red key, though. Ah! Damn it. Hang on. The more famous you get, the more valuable your childhood photos are. How dare you? Also, hello to Amazon, who joined us in the chat earlier. Why did it go to top chat and not live chat? I think that. And also hello to your followers too. Right. Yes, you're absolutely right. The hardest enemy in all of Doom is the maze-like levels. Where? Right, we're going back this way. Yeah, this is what happens when I start getting really lost, is I actually just play the game top down. And start dry humping all the surfaces. That too. Ah. Nope. Back down and around. Ah, demons to kill. That means there's still progress to be made in this part of the map. Yes! Yellow key! Come on. Also, I remember getting lost in this map because this track kind of goes through my head after a while. So all of this is not the best. Red key. Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm pretty sure this is the last level before the Tower of Babel, right? How far in are we? 2 and a bit hours to get to what I think is going to be the end of this. Yep, Tower of Babel. You basically never get lost anymore in modern games. Always an arrow or indicator on screen dragging you to where you should go. Oh, what game is it? Literally has an arrow above your head as you move around, and I actually found it very confusing at times. Alright, let's see if we can get... God, I remember, I think one of the first times I played this as a kid, the stomping noise of the cyber demon's feet scared me so much. Actually, my friend and I remember we used to play this and we used to get so scared in this map that we would often hide and avoid being seen by the cyber demon for too long, thinking that it would just insta-kill us because we were so scared of it. Right, you wee shits. Run gun. Get out here. That's my health. You're not allowed that. There you go, out you come. Oh crap. Bit of a gamble doing that, but we'll go for it. Easy. Woo! I just finished Strife Quest for the Sigil, so this was the perfect stream. Nicely done. I see that the argument about the undead sharks is kicking off in the chat. So there we go. We're 2 episodes down. Technically, in order to complete my Doom run, I have to complete the last one. Whether we get it all tonight, who knows? But we'll give it a good shot. The argument of whether Bjork is an undead shark or not. An interesting one for sure. This is the one time I would actually say you don't use the IDKFA album and you just put Mouth for War by Pantera on. Come on. Suddenly became very conscious of my fingers there as I'm just like... Let them fight out amongst themselves for a minute. Never mind, plenty of health. And this is where it gets bad. Finish a level with 100% items picked up? Yeah, I didn't get the secret. Okay, this is where it starts getting tough. The Slough of Despair is a tough one to play on any difficulty, but in this difficulty, when you have no resources starting, damn it. That's better. Need to get the chainsaw, which I think is up here. Let them all fight amongst themselves a little bit. That does help. Minigun to help take out these guys. Alright, save up. That's not bad. Nope. Exactly what I was trying to avoid. Shit. Right, I'll let them fight it out a second. That might help. If there was ever a level that save scumming was invented for, it's the Slough of Despair. Shit. Yep, we're in a bad spot. Quick save out. Quick load out. Not the best one to grab either. Yeah, let them fight among themselves for a minute. Yeah. No, I got nothing. Shit. Oh, there we go. All the rockets, no rocket launcher. We're getting there. Quick save. Slow and steady. We'll just eke them out. Oh, come on. If I get anything. Well, I got past him, so that's better than nothing. Keep picking up energy cells and not a weapon that can fire energy cells, which is hiding behind this thing. There we go. Let's go. Let me squeeze past you, fat bastard. Oh, I'll take that. Come here. Get that punch in the face. There we go. Jeez. No. Oh. Where was I? Oh no, that's not going to work either. Give me that. Give me your bullets. Well, better than nothing. Right, back through here. Isn't there a Cacodemon still in here, or did they follow me out? Alright, we're better now. Whew. Bye, guys. Oh. That was me getting the, you're only playing for another little while and then you need to wrap up, so that's fine. That means we can do this over 2 streams. That's it, just get everyone's attention first and foremost. Oh, come on, hit. There it is. No, I don't want to go too far along because there's a barren of hell down there if I remember right. Where the hell did you come from? Yowie, yowie, yowie. There we go. Ah, that's the guy I didn't want to piss off. So I still don't have a rocket launcher yet, do I? Oh, crap. He's going to follow me up here. Give me that. Let's see who blinks. Yeah, it's gonna be me. That was close. I like to tell myself that. Oh, Jesus, Tommy. That was really simple. You could have dodged that and you didn't because you're an idiot. Not there yet. Oh, thanking you. Yep, there's the other one. Let's not go that way for a bit. Nope. Marvelous. Right. Hello. Alrighty. Yes, the save scum of despair. Like, that is why save scumming was invented. Was the original XCOM and the Slough of Despair and Doom, and I think that's really it. That's what the great gaming historians have told us, right? Oh, hey, shoot. You've got around a little bit. All right, come on. Best it. Shot it. I really want a rocket launcher. I still don't have one, and it's really bugging me. Do I have a plasma rifle yet? I still don't have one of them either. I need guns. Lots of guns. The Scottish Keanu Reeves. I wish. There you go. The true difficulty. Oh, hello. So yes, this will be our last one. Oh, I thought that was an enemy. Also, my hands are tightening up because I'm old. Actually, on that note, it was my birthday this week, so support Goal State as a birthday gift to me. I did say this was the last one, wasn't I, didn't I? Right, hang on, let's just quickly just do some recon, you know? Clear the area. Make sure it's safe to log off, you know? Shotgun. Yeah, we do need to go back and finish RoboCop just so we can hoover up all that crime evidence. Oh, the crime evidence. There was so much crime evidence still to be collected. Also, I'm genuinely really enjoying that RoboCop game. Rogue City. It is a lot of fun. There's a lot of solid 7 out of 10 games that I've played this year that are just really fun. Whether it's RoboCop or it's Evil West or Defense Force 6. So many games this year that are just you know what, they're solid mid-tier B games, but they are just great fun. We're still clearing the area out, you know, making it safe. Ow. I don't even have a chainsaw yet, do I? No, I don't. God, this is so annoying. I forget how you get anything out of these. You just die now. Yep. Alright, well I saved it anyway. It's all good. Actually, I'm going to properly save it. There we go. Okay. So we are... What is it? We're in House of Pain, and we have 1, 2... Oh, the Unholy Cathedral. Talk about getting lost. Mount Erebus, 4, 5... Right. So we're... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 5 away from finishing episode 3. And then, of course, Thy Flesh Consumed is another 8. I think it's another 8 there as well. So, indeed, difficulty modifiers. Oh, that sounds nasty. All right. But yes, we'll come back. We'll try and do... So I think this is literally the same thing that happened the last time. I got about halfway... I got a certain way through Inferno, I think, when we had to stop. Nope. I thought it would just go back to the select game option, but evidently not. But there you go. So yeah, a solid run, a solid start to all things Doom, I think. We'll try and come back to it. We'll probably come back to it next week and finish it off. Because, yeah, so what? A week this time next week, I will be in Prague. So I'll need to do it early next week because when we come back, week commencing the 16th, I come back for a couple of days and then I'm away on the road again. But that's when we're going to do the wrapped end of year Q&A. And we're going to do a big deep dive into like the making of a lot of the videos. And like, I like to do this every year. We've been doing it now for about 2 or 3 years now, where I do a big like deep dive end of year kind of discussion about making all this stuff. But in the meantime, we'll have Goal State will need to wrap up. In fact, Goal State will wrap up in 9 days. Let's quickly check in. There we go. We're still at 240 backers. $40,000 raised, which is amazing. The next thing is we need to get it to 250 backers. That's when the next goal unlocks. And that's when we actually do the feature length analysis of the Doom source code for Doom 1 and Doom 2. So get out there, check it out. We only need $10. Like 10 people need to donate $1, and that's enough to trigger that next goal. Whereas the next stretch goal after that is 275 backers, and that's the Quake 3 source code and AI in Games episode. But also if we get it up to £37,000, which is about $48,000, I think, that's when we add like 20 hours of Unreal tutorials to the Kickstarter as well. So yep, head on over to Goal State on Kickstarter and take a look. We're going to be making a lot more noise about this in the next week because this is us. We're in the last 9 days. And we want to try and get as many stretch goals funded as we possibly can, because then that basically means that I am spending most of my next year making content for all you guys. So thank you very much for that. Alrighty. It's been fun. Let's see. Oh, we need a grappling hook. That's what we need. Grappling hook in Doom. Surely somebody's modded that somewhere. But a grappling hook in Doom would be really good. Alrighty, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you all very much for tuning in to round 1 of the 2024 Doom annual playthrough. We'll come back in the next few days and we'll do it. We'll keep going because we need to finish at least the 3rd episode. The 4th episode is always optional because it was not part of the game when it shipped, and I'm that old that I remember the game before the iFlesh Consume was added to it. But yeah. I also apparently unlocked a whole bunch of achievements in this version of Doom, because that's a thing now. Anyway, all right. Thanks very much for tuning in, everyone. I hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, take care, and I'll be back.